All right, guys, hope all is well. I'm just gonna go through some trades that I had this week. I actually had a pretty good week. Had a 12-hour week. Had four, 5 wins, 2 losses. Let's go AUD, JPY. I gotta talk through more now. JPY. Okay, cool. So this week all started with um Bitcoin. So Bitcoin at the beginning of the week, we had a really, really clean move. We had this, it was an hourly zone. Yeah, so we had this hourly zone. You can see we were just raiding, and then we shifted below this low. So now I'm just looking for that zone, which was here. You can see psychological level 70,000 that got met. Another good example where psychological levels can really get hit. Now, this move actually happened on Sunday. When was it? Yeah, Sunday. So this on my broker wasn't actually there, but when price actually got to the point when I was on when I instant executed this. So when I was looking at TradingView when price was here, prices were lining up with my broker, and then I just had my stop loss at the same price as my TradingView, and then I think it was like a half one or two. What was it? Half we 3:15, half one. We then died. So that for me was a really, really good clear sign confirmation. Now, the had you not got in on this one, the other best entry that you could have definitely got in on is this inverted fair value gap. And this would have probably been the nicest and best one to take, honestly. Um, but you can see we had an imbalance when price is looking to go high. People would have been looking to buy off of this zone, but again, you shouldn't have been doing that because we have our lows in here, which then price took. This would have been your confirmation. You could have pulled a fib on this. I'm pretty sure I pulled a fib on this as well. Yeah, you can pull a fib. 786, really, really nice. And then targets your lower fib down here. So got in on this Monday, and then Tuesday night, there we go. Tuesday half two in the morning, price then started kicking. Was around awake for about 8-ish. Price dumped, came up, and then I just had my stops at break even. I'm pretty sure, excuse me, I'm pretty sure I had both of my stop losses um, literally here. So I was at least gonna bank at least nothing crazy like half and 0.6 of an R, which I always risk 0.5% when I trade. So that in itself would have just been a free trade, which I'm happy with. So that was the first trade or first two trades. That was really, really clean. Second opportunity was on Ethereum. Price did come back into this zone. So this wick that happened on Ethereum was the same one that happened here. And that's why I do like to look at both of them because you do actually have the same setups. Like this is the same move that happened on Sunday. You can see Sunday we created that imbalance, fair value gap, volume, whatever you want to call it. And then going into Wednesday, so Wednesday where this happened, but I was already in heavy profit then. So Wednesday when this happened, we then came into this zone, and then from there we then started shifting momentum, and we started to break below this low. And bearing in mind I'd already had this low as a target, so all of this was just generating liquidity all through the lows. And then again, literally the same setup as the other one. I actually had my setup and my order right from this open in here. If you did want to play it tight, you could have definitely caught it off this inversion. That would have been really, really nice. That 2.5R would have then gone up to 4.6 is what it is. I'd rather be in the trade rather than trying to like get those last little pips. And then as soon as we come in, we literally create such a clean wick, and then we pretty much just died down to our target. So that was a nice 2.5 R gained. And then there wasn't really anything else on this that I wanted to get back in on. So that was the nicest setup for me. GBP CAD, super clean trade. A lot of things going on with the news at the moment for pound, which is not really too good. Unemployment at its highest at the moment. So everything at this current point is kind of looking a bit sticky. So I'm just playing this back. Prices here when I actually found this trade. And I was like, okay, cool. This seems like a reasonably good setup. I was just looking for shorts, maybe to see if we can come down to these lows, but realistically, I didn't really know where, because there's a lot of places in here price could react from. And whenever I'm not really too sure, I do actually just pull a fib and kind of use my fib targets. Um, Dropping down on the lower time frame, we just had this really clean. We had break structure, price came in and tested this in here. We came in, we tested it, we dumped. We had a spike of volume in here, which then got invalidated. Again, this got invalidated, this new one was created. So I literally just took my order straight off this volume where like selling kind of really kicked in. Placed my order, and we wicked it, and took about 2 days, I think Wednesday going into Wednesday, and then Thursday we then came back down and hit our target, which was really nice. Um, After that I had AUD JPY, that was a loss, 0.5%, that's fine. I was looking for this inversion in here. Um, I was literally just looking for these lows to get met. We didn't. That's fine. Is what it is. Um, I had a few good trades before that anyway. So losing 0.5% on this was fine. Followed my rules. Price was bearish. We then had this inversion gap in here, and then price died. Same with Euro JPY. I was looking at this break of structure in here. We had this high that got raided, and we had this zone in here. Again, was looking for this. We then failed it. We pushed and broke higher. That's fine. It is what it is. Was looking to target these equal lows down here. We didn't get it. It's fine. Price then just continued. And then my last trade for the week, German 30, GER 30, absolutely sick trade. Sick trade. Hourly, we are just pushing higher. All of the FTSE and German DAX have been absolutely mooning recently. So price is bullish. I am waiting for this high to get taken. Um, Nothing really too much happened in this point, honestly. But with the way that FTSE was going and the way liquidity was holding, we had this wick up here. This is all Asian session. So well, not this technically, but this is all Asian session. And this is just so clean liquidity for price to be taking us from. So this was always going to be my target. And then going into this morning, we had yesterday, we were just running until the evening, started to pop back up again. This is all Asia session. We had our Asian low 245. Price came up at 6 o'clock, 7 going into 8, we died, ran this Asian low, and then 8, 9 going into later on London session. We then confirms with this market structure shift. We have a clean volume fair value gap in here, dropping on a 5 minute, just all of this zone. We very much well could have come in into this zone, which is why I had my stop just below this level. Um, and we do actually have this overall supply demand zone here. So it was literally just entries, continuations, and then we just started pulling and rushing. I did get in on another entry on a 1 minute down. Where was it? I think it was literally just off this zone. It was so tight, literally just off here. And then this probably was slightly a bit more of a risky trade. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but I was just quite confident in this overall setup. And then price literally just absolutely mooned and ripped. So that's my week. So if you guys have got any questions, please let me know. Feel free to fire away, and I will help everyone as much as I can. All right, guys. Bye bye.